I'll just hurry up and do it all. Wouldn't let me start off the game. There it goes.
Oh, is it going right now?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay, all right. Cool, yeah, that's fine. Not a problem.
Get it ready going on here.
Oh,
They gave
right.
us a while.
Yeah. Not yet.
They just did.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah, it just came through. Oh, someone's in here.
Hey.
Oh, hey, Delph. What's up? What's new? You working? Streaming. That's good. You're not on camera.
Still hasn't gotten her shirt.
What? Didn't get my shirt again. Did it cancel? It didn't cancel it, did it?
Or did she try to order it off of the T-Fury? Or Teespring or whatever?
Yeah, I'll look into it right now. You didn't get an email saying it was canceled, did you? I always forget you gotta wait like 10 seconds before the camera's on.
Right. Oh, nice.
What? What? No. What the heck?
I got a question. Now, are you able to play with different characters?
Honestly, I have no idea on that game.
It's such a cheap game.
Yeah, I have no idea. Have you ever played?
No.
Warriors Chronicle?
Nope, I have not.
Yeah, sorry, no clue.
It's all good.
I'd be guessing if I told you something.
Oh, I got a couple of Wolfenstein in. That's good. Blue and red Joy-Cons.
I gotta check her. I'm looking into it right now, Dell.
It canceled it again?
I don't know what the heck's going on. We'll see, like, you know how you gotta order 3? I
Right.
saw she had ordered one, so I ordered 2.
Oh yeah, so you can have the total. Yeah.
There's only 3 more needed to print. What the heck?
Like, did yours get?
It looks like mine canceled too.
I seen Bubsy. What's that like?
What's
the
that?
Game, the game Bubsy. What's that like? You guys.
That was like an old PS2 game, wasn't it?
Old
Yeah, that's why
Genesis,
I
Super
asked.
Nintendo.
Is that it went back that far?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what I was asking about.
Yeah.
The old Genesis.
Is it just a remake of like those? That's kind of cool. Yeah, take a look at it.
I didn't even know that. Man, that's pretty cool. There you go. I'm just trying to see if it's kind of graphic or not, man.
Oh, right.
That's what I'm trying to do, but it ain't being too quick for me.
You assassinate boy.
You know what I think the problem is? I think there's 2 campaigns and it's messing up.
What's up, Play? What's going on?
You know what? I think I figured it out, Del. When does this one go? 8 hours. Hey Dove. Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey Dove, if you can hear me, there's one that ends in 8 hours. I'm sorry, I don't know what the heck. I think there were 2 campaigns, and I saw you order one. I ordered 2, but I might have ordered off the other campaign by accident. So if you reorder Within the next 8 hours, I'll make sure I order 2, because I was going to get a few newer shirts anyway. And it will go out. I swear, this time. Really, they have Monster Jam? It's kind of cool. Old Genesis game and Super Nintendo they were made. I don't know how it is, but looks cool.
Is this, Amazon?
No, I guess they have 2, so they just send
Okay.
us one.
Cool. All right. I'll just keep this because I got a bunch of stuff I gotta send in.
The old that one there is like everything in that box is complete. That one's 150, just because the serial numbers, everything match. Hi Neo Geo. And what's up, Placey? VR.
Hey Neo Geo, what's going on?
Actually, everything's great in that thing. That thing looks fantastic. Really good. I'd say if I was rating it on like Amazon or something, it'd be very good condition. Well, I mean, it's got normal wear and tear for something that's as old as it is for the box and everything. It's actually in great shape.
I'll go ahead and take this.
Okay.
There should be enough on there.
Yeah, we got to get that file.
You don't have to say the file or anything.
No, I was talking about from our other store. They sent us.
Alright, so it'll be $4.80 off your card.
Should be like this.
Alright, cool.
Do you want a bag?
Sure.
Is that back for you?
Get you the receipt here.
Yeah, it leaves you with a little over $1 left on your gift card.
I got like 2 or 3 of them at home. Like this. Is there any way I can transfer them all to one
Yeah,
side?
if you bring them all in, we can get them. We can transfer them all over. So yeah,
That'd be great anyway. We'd rather do that and have you all on one.
All right, perfect. Yep, see you then.
Oh, we got some new games in. I know everybody's been wanting this game, Mud Runner. Mud Runner, a spin tires game. What the hell do you do in this? Drive powerful all-terrain vehicles, venturing across extreme sandbox landscapes. Overcome muddy terrain, raging rivers, and other obstacles. It might be kind of cool. It's like an off-road racing game. Looks pretty cool.
We've had a few people asking.
Yeah, we've had some people asking about. Actually, looks kind of cool. And it's PS4 Pro enhanced. So, you know what though? This worries me though. It only has a 1 gigabyte install. That's tiny. That is tiny. 1 gig install. Maybe that's a misprint. I don't think I've seen a game that small.
Yeah,
Maybe
even
RBI. Yeah, I think even RBI is like 2. You guys are being quiet. We just got a bunch of lurkers in here today. So what's everybody think about, anybody interested in GameStop doing rentals? Which I think is going to be, I'll tell you my personal opinion, it's going to be a huge failure, and I think it's a desperate move from GameStop. And I'll tell you why. When I first started selling games, long time ago, the store I was at, that's what we mainly did, is rent games. We were rental first, and we sold games, and we had a few arcade games in there. And we bought and traded and all that stuff too, but it was more of a rental store. 90% of people that rent games, they want the newest game. They don't want games, older games, and that's all GameStop's going to be renting is old used games. And whenever a brand new game does get traded in, it's just going to go out on rental right away. And
That's lost revenue.
yeah, what's silly is they're going to have a lot less to sell.
How's it going?
All right, Delv, I'll order mine here in a second. Did you need help find anything?
No, I just need to still pre-order the game, the new Call of Duty or not.
Yeah, you just got to put at least $5 towards it. You want to do that?
Yeah.
All right. For Xbox One?
Yeah.
I assumed you were looking over that direction. What's your name?
Ed.
Ed?
Yeah.
What's your phone number?
419
Yep.
707 9158.
Okay. And you just want to put $5 down? Or-
How much is it?
It's going to be $60 for the basic version. You can pay as much as you want, but
I'm trying to think of it. Do they have one that you can, like
like a collector's.
like they did the Legacy Edition, like they had like 2 or 3 different editions?
Yeah, let me see here. I'll tell you all. I should know this off the top of my head, but I always forget.
Oh. Oh, they did do a trilogy, huh?
Yeah.
Because I actually got the double.
Yeah, especially once they're all backwards compatible now. So, yeah, they released them as a trilogy.
There was a deluxe one. Really, it gave you the season pass with
Sure,
it.
go ahead.
For it was a little bit less. It was like $100. 'Cause I think the season pass is 50. So you're saving about $10. But I can't. All mine are gone. I can't get any more of those. It's too
But I will
close.
tell you, like right now,
I just can't order them anymore. But you can get that season pass at any time.
Okay.
So you're really not missing anything.
Heads up on
Okay.
So
what we're doing with it.
yeah, all I'm gonna have is the basic ones from now on.
Is it just the 500 basic?
All right.
But yeah, I mean that's
system,
something
or is
you
it the
can get at
Slim?
any time.
Do you know which
Okay.
model
Well,
you
that's
got?
just like any
Yeah.
other one. I can buy
Okay,
it whenever.
alright.
All right.
You just gotta finish up this transaction, and I'll be able to look.
And how much did you want it?
Just put 20 on it.
Put 20 on it. Okay.
I know it's getting to be that time. About a week away.
Yeah, actually Friday.
Oh, well, this Friday it'll be out.
Looks like it. It's November 3rd.
Yeah, isn't it the 4th? I think.
November 3rd. Yeah, it's a Friday. Yep.
All right.
Yep. Here, less than a week here.
Yeah, I'm gonna get everything all set up in the new house. After 17 years, decide to move.
I hate moving. I'm never
17
moving
years
again.
worth of shit in one house.
I don't ever want to move again.
I'll tell you what, I filled a 40-yard dumpster.
I bet.
I'm one of the big ones that,
See,
10 feet long, 8 feet wide, 8
Okay.
feet tall. I filled it to the top, 3 tons.
I want to get a dumpster, but my wife is like, she's borderline hoarder. So
So was mine. That's what I said.
Alright, so
this is the reserves
got
on
a
here. It
500
goes
gig
quicker if you
slim,
bring this
so
back, but
Okay.
I have all your info and everything. So
Okay.
yep, and you got 20 down and good to go.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, my wife is she holds on to everything.
Oh,
Drives
you
me
want to go
nuts.
there?
Drives me nuts.
Yeah. Well, she was gone when I started cleaning. She's like, just keep cleaning this stuff. Da 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 da.
Oh, well,
Because she had to go out of town for work for.
when my wife
for
goes
2
out of
weeks.
town, I throw a lot of stuff away.
She went out of town for 2 weeks. She came back. Where's this? I don't know.
Yep.
Where's this? I don't know.
Okay, the
I was like, I put it in the dumpster. I
slam
really
right
don't know
now
where
is
it's at
going
because the dumpster's
for-
gone.
I was-
That's what I told her.
No, she probably got mad at you.
Oh, she was mad as hell. She was
Yeah.
mad as hell. So you know what?
75 in cash.
You wanted it? You should have stayed.
Okay. Yep, not a problem.
She's like,
And I said
left
that's
for work.
assuming you have the
I
slim. It could be a
understand.
little
You left
more,
for
it could
work.
be a
You
little
left me
less,
in charge.
depending on which model
I got rid of stuff.
Yeah, that's what you need to do.
So
All right.
Yeah.
Not a
And
problem. Yep. Bye.
I didn't want to have a storage unit. I got a storage unit. So she's still holding on to shit. I'm like, okay, this is all your shit.
Yeah, I don't have a storage unit. Hopefully, I'm never gonna get out.
Right.
I'm never getting a storage
I
unit.
am. Don't say never. I said that too. I got a storage unit, 10 by 10, and it's almost full already.
Oh, good luck, man.
So and I still got shit at my other house yet.
I feel your pain.
So
My wife gets it from her dad. Her dad's a borderline hoarder too.
Yeah, if I don't need it, I ain't use it. I ain't get rid of it. I don't
That's
need
the
it.
way I am. I want to declutter.
So,
Yep.
Actually, I have a 1947 Koken barber chair that I'm looking to get rid of.
That's cool.
So
I bet that's pretty cool looking.
yeah, I got it.
People
about,
like to restore that type of stuff.
I got it about 3/4 of the way restored. I got all the enamel redone on the base.
Mhm.
Did some of these.
I just got to send the bottom beauty ring down, the arm caps, and the footrest to get re-nickeled, and then it's done.
Cool.
All the upholstery's been redone, everything else.
Cool.
Everything's good to go. All the hydraulics work, everything works. But I ain't got no place for it in my new house. That's the only thing that sucks.
See you, man.
See ya. Thanks a lot.
Yep.
Hey, what's up, Delusional? What's up, Luke? What I missed? G3, what's up? Just got done carving your pumpkin. Sweet. Odyssey is awesome, Red Shame. I can't believe they just remade this game.
Is it
This was the stupid Kinect game. This
Yeah.
game was freaking broken on Kinect. You really couldn't even do it. I remember getting this for my kid, Disneyland Adventures.
do you need
And
the Xbox One Connect?
No, it doesn't use Kinect, so it's obviously just a controller now. But it had a bunch of mini games. But it was so annoying because you had to hold your arm out to walk. Like you had to, like wherever you wanted to go, you held your arm out,
Right.
and you just like pointed, and that's how you moved and stuff. And after about 5 minutes of holding your arm out like a Nazi, you got real tired of it.
Well, after playing that for a year, your one shoulder is going to be like
Yeah.
enormous. You have like this boulder.
Well, at least it has controller support. I remember thinking back then it wouldn't be bad if you could use a controller.
Nope. Never fine.
Sorry, I don't speak whatever language that is. What's up, Mr. Beyond? What are my thoughts on Paris Games Week? I don't have any thoughts on Paris Games Week because I'm not in Paris.
They're supposed to. Well, they're
I'm
they're
just
doing
kidding.
a couple big announcements. I think Sony's got a couple big announcements.
Have they did
coming
any
out.
of the announcements yet?
I don't know. I know that they said they had a couple big announcements coming out for
That's-
Sony, like exclusives, like titles for next year, exclusive titles.
It'll be cool once they make the announcements. I'll probably have some. What are you guys' thoughts on GameStop renting games, which I personally think is going to be a huge failure. I think it's desperate times for GameStop. I'm hoping just go out of business, GameStop,
And then make digital games.
and then change the laws for digital games. Yes, yes. So what's up, Delusional? How you been, man? You still okay that your Yankees lost? Sorry. New games announced today. When are they making the announcements, Mr. Beyond? Sterling, I love Fortnite. I think Fortnite's great.
Been busy. That's good.
Oh, be careful. Oh, are you a Yankees fan too? I'm sorry. You guys can dry your tear with like your 20 or 30 championships you have. Assassin's Creed Origins, honestly, just okay. My tone. Are you talking about the Yankees though? Are we talking about the Yankees? It is just like a cartoon version of PUBG. I love Fortnite. I like it a lot. I've been able to win a grand total of 1. But I was recording. I was streaming the time I won. So. my tone, my problem. What are you talking about?
Was that?
I don't know what this person's talking about. I don't know if she's mad because I said something about the Yankees. I'm a freaking Browns fan, so. I better bring up the channel over here. Wolfenstein 2 is pretty cool.
I haven't even touched it.
Hurt nothing. Did you hit your head, Patricia? Can you speak in a full sentence? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. Wolfenstein 2 is pretty awesome, though. Got some new games in for tomorrow. I know these will be Switch sellers right here. Monopoly, Monster Jam, Crush It, and Cartoon Network, Battle Chasers.
Yeah, maybe if they got the extra money, they'll pick up that silly Mario game. But
Mario's been selling the best though. You're behind with your games. Your son and I finally. Oh, you Cuphead. Give it a little bit of time. Delusional. That game is super hard, especially for a kid. Signs speak. Are you like speaking in signs? Because I don't know what you're talking about, Patricia. I'm sorry. Sonic 4. I don't know. It looks okay. I hope so. I don't know. Sega never seems to make a good 3D Sonic. Sonic Generations was all right, but I mean Sonic Mania was awesome. But then again, Sega didn't make Sonic Mania. It was a fan really that made it. But so apparently nobody cares about GameStop renting games. I was kind of curious. This looks cool. The older people in the chat will remember Bubsy. They remade Bubsy, which is kind of they made a new Bubsy. Your son's great. Hey, Delusional. I'll give you a tip on Cuphead. Get one of the first upgrades you should get is the dash where you can disappear. Like, because it gets you through a lot of stuff. It gets you out of a lot of hairy situations. Get that, and actually the other thing too is if you go for the try shot or the homing shot is a good. Those are like probably the first 3 upgrades I would do. Yeah, the triple's a good one, but the dash is probably like the dash makes the game a whole lot easier. You need the dash where you disappear. When will Fight Night come back? I have no idea. I'm not sure. Like, EA is being weird. Like, the thing about Fight Night though that sucks is they have to pay all those boxers individually. So that's like a big undertaking to get all those boxers individually. I wish they would make a Fight Night and just make it generic and maybe have a couple. Let you make your own boxers because you could just recreate. Del, I'm at my buttons, so I have the where I'm firing because it you never have to let go of fire technically, so I have it on the trigger, and then I would just do the other buttons however you prefer, but just so you never let go of firing, so you're always constantly firing. That's the one thing I'd put the fire on the trigger button. That's one thing I did. That's a trip from Melbourne to the United States failure. Patricia, are you in the right chat room? Like random sentences and bits and phrases. I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I don't get it. I think I still have the dash on a button, but yeah, I definitely had the where I shoot on my trigger. Yeah, Del, you know what? I really want to play that game with an arcade stick. I might make an arcade. I don't have an Xbox One arcade stick, and I don't feel like overspending for like what they cost to get them. I'm probably going to take an old controller and just make an arcade stick for the Xbox One. I know you could do that too. So I think it would be much easier if you had an arcade stick.
Oh,
Patricia Warnicki, now prob. Okay. What exclusive games are coming out in November, December? God,
exclusives?
You preferred the gamepad.
I don't think any exclusives are coming out this. Well, let's see. I'll look it up.
Yeah, look up the list. We'll look. Got it. What's up, Mercenary? GDP. I got Derek on the case to see what exclusives are coming out. I'll close our door. Look what we got in today. Some more. Boom. You guys ever see what a whole case of these look like? This is what they come in. Call Mary in and tell her we have like a couple. I'm only gonna do a couple. How many did she say she wanted?
For what?
She said she wanted more of the SNES classics.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Just tell her I have 2.
Okay.
I don't want her wiping out everything.
Right. You know, Cooney, wow, that's January. Never mind.
See, the thing is, most of the games come out in November or October because they want them to be out before Black Friday. You don't see a whole lot of games in December coming out. It's funny, they usually come out October, November, and then December you don't see a lot. In January you don't see a whole lot, but then February you start seeing a lot because people start getting their tax returns in March. So.
Dot Hack for PS4 is next week.
Yeah, Dot Hack next week. I mean, November you also got Call of Duty, obviously, at the end of the week.
And Star Wars 2 weeks after that.
Star Wars, Battlefront. Brawlhalla, it looks like Super Smash Bros. It's free on PS4. That's cool.
Mario Party Top 100 Games for the 3DS. That's obviously
I got a Master System up there. Actually, I got a couple Master Systems. I got one in the box. I got one. This is what the Master System looks like here in the States. I don't have the first, like the Mark 1 or whatever. I don't have that. The Switch will be $299 on Black Friday. It is not going down, Wig Splitter, so don't wait. It's only been out since March. Nintendo, no way in hell will they ever drop the price on that this year.
Sims 4 on PS4, I forgot about that. For Sims people, that's an exclusive. I don't know if it's a timed exclusive or not.
What, Sims is what? What?
PS4.
PS4.
Sims 4.
When's
I mean,
that
it's
come
on
out?
PC obviously,
Yeah.
but it's not an Xbox One game.
When's Ni no Kuni?
That's the middle of January.
Yeah, Ni no Kuni 2 is January. Middle of January. Online Wrestling Association. Hello. Did you play Fire Pro? Online Wrestling Association?
Oh, wait, hold on. No, never mind. Sims 4 does come out for Xbox One.
Yeah, Sims 4, Xbox One, PS4. There you go.
Never mind. I'm alive.
Any Commodore? I don't have any Commodores at the moment, and I don't think there's any way they make a Dreamcast 2. As much as I would love that, I'm a huge Dreamcast fanboy. I would love a Dreamcast 2. I just don't ever see that happening, unless Sega like sold the rights to somebody. Or I just don't ever see Sega getting back in. Actually, Sega's not even really Sega anymore. They still are, but they're they merged with Sammy, so technically they're Sega Sammy. And I know because I own stock in them. And that was probably a poor decision to buy stock in them, but it's made some money for me. I own stock in Sega, Microsoft, and Sony. Just random stock. My wife likes to buy me stock every now and then when she doesn't know what to get me. Actually, West Dog, I was trying to talk about that earlier, but nobody seemed to be interested in it. I actually think it's a huge cry of desperation from GameStop. I used to, when I first started selling games, when I've been selling games since 1993, and the very first place I worked at was a place called Player's Edge, and it was mainly a rental video game store. And so I know quite a bit about renting games. We rented and we sold, and we had a few arcade games in the store, and we bought and sold and all that stuff. But 90% of the people that like to rent, that would go out and rent a game, or like if you go to a Redbox or whatever, you're looking for that new game that just came out. You're not looking to rent a game that's been out a few weeks or a month or two. And the weird thing is GameStop's gonna, I think they're gonna hurt themselves by doing it. Because if you think about it, whenever a new game, like if a new game gets traded in, it's gonna immediately get rented by somebody. So they're gonna have less on their shelves to sell. And right now, I don't know how many of you guys still go into GameStop, but their selection sucks. They don't have that many games. It's like half the games now and that it used to be, and it's like half Think Geek now. So like their selection's already kind of small there, and it's going to get even less when half the games are rented out. So
the games that are like 10 years old.
Yeah, I personally think it's a bad idea. Plus you got stuff like the Xbox Game Pass, which would be a better option for most people, or even the Sony Play Now, which kind of sucks. But I think GameStop's days are numbered. I've said this before plenty of times on my channel. I think the only way GameStop gets saved, there's one thing that could save them, and I hope it doesn't happen until after they go out of business. But if our laws ever change and you can buy and sell digital games, that could save GameStop. And I hope that happens, but I hope that happens like the day after GameStop goes out of business. Because I honestly thought by now I'd be buying and selling digital games from people. Digital games are already a big thing, Lord Alvaro, but you should be able to resell your digital game. There's no reason why you can't. Our laws just need to change. Mobile games are already huge. Those are already a big thing. I do think GameStop days are numbered. I think the whole rental thing is just a desperate move. We won't be renting games here. And I did that for 10 years when I started. All right. I'm not into renting games. I think it's cool though. I mean, I don't have a problem with people renting games. I don't want to run a business about renting games. Been there, done that. What do you guys think? I've seen a few people agree with me, but does anybody think it's a good idea? The new Mario is awesome. I love the new Mario. The only stage I really didn't like so far is like the wooded stage. It's kind of like, that one's kind of a boring stage, but other than that, the game is phenomenal. I love it a lot. Well, the other thing about renting games that I didn't even say is like, God, I remember when like Blockbuster used to sell their rental games, or like, God, I'm gonna kind of say how old I was when I was working at a store that rented games. It was like Super Nintendo and Genesis, so it wasn't as big of a deal. But when Blockbuster was selling like games that were on disc, those games get beat to hell by people that rent them. Well, we're already surviving with GameStop being here. We'll be fine. Actually, if GameStop goes out of business, our business will boom. We do pretty well, but if GameStop goes under, it's going to be even. We're going to do fantastic. I would love nothing more than GameStop to go out of business. they would create a huge hole that I would be happy to fill. Barry, if that answers your question. I don't have a 3DO at the moment, if that's what you're asking about, Farhat. No, I don't think single-player games will die out. I mean, look at Mario. Mario's selling phenomenal. Shadow of War's selling really good. Even Assassin's Creed's selling okay. And look at, like, Star Wars Battlefront. They added a single-player mode to that. Yeah, when you got the game home and the disc was scratched, yeah. Those games are going to get beat to hell, actually. Yeah, it's just... I just think it's a desperate move by GameStop. I truly do. I think their days are numbered. And if you've been in a GameStop lately, you know it's not even really a game store anymore. It's like half a game store. It's half Think Geek and half games. Honestly, GameStop... Like, the number one thing when people come in one of my stores, especially my other store is like 3 times the size. And we have a GameStop literally like 5 minutes from us at the other store. But when you hear people, especially when they come in for the first time, and they see our store compared to GameStop, they're like, wow, you guys have a lot of games. Like, they can't believe the selection compared to games. GameStop, over the years, their selection has gotten smaller and smaller when it comes to games. EB Game. I remember EB Games. GameStop bought them. Actually, it used to be called... I worked for them. I worked for when we were called Babbage's still. And then they bought Funko Land, and they bought EB Games, and that's when they came up with the GameStop name, because they had 3 different companies, and they wanted to put them all under one name. But yeah, I mean, like, like, right there is just like a PS3 section, and then they hardly even have many PS3 games in GameStops anymore. And you got half of the store on the other wall is PS4. So, I mean, we got Xbox on the other side and stuff, but... Babbage's. Yep, Babbage's. I worked for them when they were called Babbage's. It was named after Charles Babbage. Derek's going to hate me because I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to make him put away all this stuff. I don't feel like putting it away. That's what I pay him for, right? He's got a lot of games to put away. He's not here right now, so I can say that out loud. Yeah, I mean, Blockbuster and the movie stores and stuff, those went away because of streaming. I mean, it got easier to stream. I don't think until like everybody's on like much faster internet than we have here in the United States will streaming ever be good enough for video games. You almost need to be on fiber optic for streaming to be good for, you know, no lag, no input lag and stuff like that. The GameStops here in the States too, it's like they pretty much, they might as well rename them all Think Geek, because there's more like toys and like pop culture things in there than there are games. And we carry some of that stuff. We have like the pop figures, and we have some like stuffed animals, but we're like 90% games, 10% like pop culture stuff. Whereas I would say GameStop's like 50-50 pop culture and games. Anybody in here that works for GameStop? I used to work for GameStop. Not a good company to work for. The internet will cost more, and actually that I know a lot of people don't like that net neutrality. Yeah, World War II Friday. I know a lot of people are all up in arms over net neutrality, but and it'll probably get abused, and most likely it'll get abused by big companies, but Actually, in the long run, that technically could be a good thing. Even though I'm kind of against it. I see the good and the bad in both. In both aspects of not having net neutrality, but also giving some places fast lanes. But it'll get abused either way. I think if we had net neutrality, you would see more companies spending the money to upgrade our internet infrastructure. Someone traded in a Green Lantern. They had the Green Lantern. What are these? The 3D glasses that came with Green Lantern. Look how silly those are. So what other news of the day do we have? Let's see who's streaming today. You guys aren't talking. Anybody else got any questions? You know, Mercenary, I'm a little excited for World War II, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. You just finished Mario? David, I could finish it, but like honestly, I'm trying to enjoy it. I'm trying to pace myself. PS5 is going to be... there is no news. I don't have any news. I'm just guessing. But I would imagine they'll probably announce it next year at like E3, and then you'll see it come out the following year. So that'll be 2019. What's up, NJ? I haven't played. We haven't got any Xbox One X's yet. I'm sure there is. I mean, there's tons of stuff to find. Well, Red Dead 2. I can't wait to play Red Dead 2, but that'll be a while. Nobody else is streaming on my thing. Guess nobody's streaming. But Red Dead 2 is not till spring. I mean, Star Wars, I guess a little bit. Yeah, I got the new Donk City. Oh, cool, Martin. That's cool. I like the Switch a lot. I love the Switch. I'm addicted though. Besides Mario, I'm addicted to Shadow of War. And yes, I know it's really, it's kind of a repetitive game, but I love it. All right, Derek's back. Let's stop talking about him.
Are you adding a couple new?
I was going to, but I haven't yet.
Yeah, we need to get a couple more.
Yeah, we got to update our videos. Xbox One X, it's a powerful system.
Today, Gary.
Oh, did they just announce that the Sucker Punch new game, open world samurai game? Hopefully, it's not loaded with loot boxes. You know what's funny is like Shadow of War has loot boxes, and like people made a big deal about it. But I've like playing through the game. I'm almost towards the end of it. I mean, I've gotten like 4 or 5 just playing through the game. But there's really no need for them. It's like unnecessary. Like the loot boxes are they're kind of stupid. Like you get these games that they're just throwing loot boxes in to throw them in, just because there's people stupid enough that will buy them all and they want every little detail in the game. But honestly, you could play that game without ever buying a loot box. You don't need it.
Sony's streaming their Paris thing right now. Put that on if you don't.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Somebody's streaming the Paris gaming thing right now.
Yeah, I think Sony's up right now. So.
Just type Paris, I'd imagine Paris. What's up, Big Crash? There isn't a final release, it's just spring at the moment, NJ. I look high, I'm not high, I've never smoked a day in my life. Sorry to disappoint you, I'm a gamer. I'm the one gamer that doesn't do it. I don't know if Derek has.
I do not.
Derek doesn't.
I have, like 20 years ago.
I've never smoked. There's.
Oh no! Why? It said live, but then
Oh. I've never been high a day in my life, even a second in my life. Sorry, I'm a square.
it's hip to be square.
Derek's done it, he said. He's like Bill Clinton. He did it, but he didn't inhale.
Right.
Now Ross, our other employee, I'm pretty sure he does it daily. And it's probably a good thing we don't drug test here, our employees, because I would say probably most of my employees do it. What game got? I'm old, so NJ Atari, actually Pong, got me into it. I remember going to my grandparents and they had a Pong, and I was blown away. So that shows you how old I am. Can't admit it. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. I've never ever smoked weed, not once in my life. I've never done a single drug in my life.
I said
I've drank, and I've got, and actually, and I'll be honest, I really don't even drink. Very rarely do I drink. Like when I was in college, though, I remember being so drunk that I felt like I had to hold on to the grass to keep from falling off the planet. But that's all I've only ever drank. And I don't even really drink. Like I can't even remember the last time I've had a drink. So, and I'll tell you partially why. When I was growing up, first of all, my dad, he passed away when I was young, but he smoked 2 packs a day of cigarettes. Smelled awful. I hated it. He used to smoke a pipe too. Our house stunk. I hated that.
I love pipe smoke though.
You're about to lose one ear.
Oh.
And then when my dad, I don't have medical pain pills. I'm not a junkie. I don't do any of that stuff. I'm about as straight and square I'm just a big gamer dork as they come. I do not do any of that stuff. But then my mom got remarried, and I had a stepdad that had a drinking problem. And I just kind of went the other way. I saw how big of my stepdad, he was either, 9 out of 10 times, he was probably the really fun drunk. Some people are fun when they're drunk. They're fun drunks. My stepdad, 9 out of 10 times, he was probably the most fun guy. But that 10th out of 10th, he turned into the biggest a-hole, and we would fight, and it was just awful. And I don't ever want to be like that, so I didn't drink all that much either. I know you do, Delv. Delv drinks. You guys should check out her channel. It's called the Homebody Lifestyle. But she's always drunk on her channel.
Yeah, I don't do anything anymore either. I don't really drink, don't smoke, don't do nothing.
Yeah, we're boring.
Yeah. I'll have a drink, but I could probably count the amount of beers I've had this year on both, 10 fingers.
It finished ages ago, everybody's saying. That's Derek trying to put that on. There's no recaps or anything?
I figured you could go back and watch the recap.
Let's see some Rocket League for Switch. Where are the customers? It's just slow right now. We were busy earlier.
The middle of the day is always slow.
Yeah, it's always slow this time of day. That's why I'm streaming. Not always, but mostly. Yeah. You always got some wine whenever you're streaming. You got a big old glass of wine, Dove. How much wine do you go through in a week, Dove? Honestly. Go to Game News Now official. I'll check it out. Oops.
Maybe they'll make a Ratchet and Clank 2 or something like that. I could see maybe that being an announcement. Maybe a new Sly Cooper with that movie coming out next year.
Okay, so they got a bunch of
Detroit. Okay, yep, forgot about that. But that's not a new announcement. That's a
Thanks, Mrs. Holly. Nice stream. Thank you. Picked up Agents of Mayhem, red box for $10. That's cool. Yeah, I got to get some new trailers on my channel anyway. I'm probably not going to turn the volume up though, because I'll get hit with copyrights and stuff.
This game looks good. Does Detroit? Yep.
Is she an android?
Yeah. It's basically the like iRobot, like the androids.
She turns evil.
Revolution. Now because we're shitty to them, and they become self-aware, so of course they want to be free and not slaves.
Because they have feelings.
Because they have feelings. Because we program them with feelings.
Detroit is emotional. You know what would happen though if they had androids like that?
Well, both AIs within hours became super racist. The two that they've put online.
Yeah, I know. You know what? If somebody lived in a house like that, they wouldn't be able to afford an android. Did he kill her?
Must have. Yep.
This game is messed up.
God, that's like a Last of Us beginning. Like how awful. Except for that's just a shitty ass dad, shitty ass person.
Just a little bit, David. Just a little bit. I like the Uprising. Westworld's awesome. I love Westworld.
Westworld was great.
Except, you know what? Westworld's a little more realistic because if they had androids like that, the stuff that happens in Westworld is what would really happen. Just people would be doing the robots all the time. That looks cool, though. That does look cool.
ccgames 4.5. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
Okay, sure, but I mean, if you're wanting cash today, I'm like already super negative, but I can still kind of give you a price, just so you have an idea.
I think I should make Derek wear these the rest of the day.
All right, let's see.
Hey, Delv, I saw your
What game are you looking at?
your stream. God, those are so bad. I saw your stream the other day, Rainbow Bright.
Actually, let's see. Let's see where we're even at. Okay.
Nobody cares about Lost Legacy. Last of Us 2, though. I can't wait for Last of Us 2. You were so drunk. I didn't watch it all. I saw I missed it, so I clicked on it, and I saw that you were dressed up. You gotta go full cosplay.
And, like, we wouldn't be buying that one in cash anyways, but like store credit unfortunately doesn't go for a whole lot. It only goes for like $2 in store credit. Yeah, not a problem. Bye.
Oh, take her to the grave forever? You were on your wife's account? I'm pretty sure my wife doesn't even have a YouTube account. It's probably a side story on The Last of Us Part 2. PlayStation.
Yeah, we'll have to grab some of these.
Shadow of the Colossus, Last of Us 2. Yeah, we gotta grab these official news. Game news official.
Was that a new Spider-Man trailer?
Looks like it. Let's check out Spider-Man. Who's getting Spider-Man? That's a big exclusive for Sony. Yeah, we gotta grab these.
Yep. Faux show. I had a.
What?
I had Ross call the store, so I updated him on a lot of our stuff.
Oh, did you? Sweet. Nobody's talking. You guys are a bunch of lurkers today. You guys gotta talk. Kingpin, let me see what news is going on. What's up, Robert? What's happening? Delv, you gonna be streaming tonight? Don't show The Last of Us. I bought it. And Red Dead 2. That's cool. Red Dead 2 will be awesome. So will The Last of Us. Settlement building. I'll check it out. What kind of game is that? I have no idea. Yeah, I don't think there's any release date yet. Oh, Fallout 4. That's all you ever play is Fallout 4. Far Cry 5. Ghost of Tsushima? Tsushima? I play some indies. It depends. I mean, I like old school looking indies. I like, stuff like Enter the Gungeon. I like that game. I like stuff that looks like old, 8-bit type stuff. That's usually what I play on the indies. I like what else have I been playing lately? Yeah, just what? Most of the stuff I buy it all looks like 8-bit. I'm probably gonna get finally Axiom Verge because it's coming out on the Switch and it's actually gonna be physical, so I'll probably buy it physically. Yeah, Darren, we do. I do get word on new games before they come out, and sometimes I can't talk about them. Like my distributor will send me a thing saying that there's basically a non-disclosure agreement that you have to agree to know, and then they'll tell you what. It's the same with some advertisements. I know most of the Black Friday deals for Black Friday, and I can't even talk about all of them yet. So. I can tell you, every EA game pretty much is going to be $20 off. So Madden, FIFA, all that stuff is going to be $20 less on Black Friday. Origins isn't selling all that great for us, though. I used to be more hip on it too because I used to go to E3 every year. I haven't been to E3 the last 2 years. So when you go to E3, you actually see stuff that'll be out in a couple years later. Top seller this month, God, probably Mario, but no. What else came out? There are some big games. Madden. No, Madden came out in August. NBA 2K, duh. I knew it was a sports game. NBA 2K. What's up, Eric? NBA 2K was the best seller this month. That came out this month. EBT. Thanks. Somebody's pregnant. Sims 4. Uh-oh, look at that hot tub action. Oh, this just came in today. Spin Tires Mud Runner. I wanted to see what this was. Wolfenstein 2 just came out a couple days ago. It's selling good. Actually, Wolfenstein 2, we've probably sold more Wolfenstein 2s than Assassin's Creed, which is surprising. You had a Rainbow Bridge costume? I know, bright. I see it. I like going to the video game store a lot, Z-Man. This is my slow store, obviously. Nobody's walked in the last, 45 minutes. But we do pretty good here. But it's still slow right now. My other store is always busy, which probably is why I can afford to have this slightly slower store. But we do real well at both stores. Pros are you make pretty good money. Cons are you got to do a lot of work yourself. I'm streaming right now, but I do a lot of stuff when I'm not streaming. I'm always working. I do a lot of stuff from my house too. I'm always ordering games and doing accounting, boring crap that you wouldn't want to do. This store here is in Portland, Ohio, NJ, and we have another store in Fremont, Ohio. But you think it'd be fun. You do a lot of work, and you got Call of Duty World War II off eBay for $40. Cool. It always does. It always does towards the end of November. It always we make. That's the other thing that kind of sucks is you probably make probably do 60 to 70% of your business at the end of November, December, January, and February, and then a little bit of March. You do most of your business in those 4 to 5 months. So that kind of sucks because you almost got to plan for it being slower in the summertime and stuff like that. Stranger Things Minecraft skin pack. Anybody watch Stranger Things?
I'm watching it later this week.
I've seen 2 of the episodes so far.
Do you get to see your buddy's arcade in
Yeah, you know what's funny too is one of the games had an LCD in it, Dig Dug. So I took a picture of it and I was like, "No, an LCD," and he responded. He goes, "That's strange," and I said, "I've seen Stranger," and then I said things like this piss off the purists. And then somebody was they thought I was being serious. and so they were kind of hammering. I was like, "Look, I love the show." I was just kind of joking. And they're like, "Oh, heaven forbid, because you want to see a real Demogorgon or something or whatever." And I'm like, I'm talking about the 80s stuff here because I put I didn't know they had LCDs in 84.
Right.
You just watched the first episode of Stranger Things 2. Yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes.
I'm going to binge the entire season.
No, there's a guy I know. It really wasn't his games, but his friends' games. That arcade, they filmed that in Atlanta, and they made that arcade just for the show. It wasn't a real arcade, but they basically had a casting call for arcade machines in the Atlanta area. So a lot of the collectors in the Atlanta area donated their arcade games for that, which is kind of cool. So actually, he knew a bunch of the people that had their arcade games in there, so it's kind of cool. 13 Reasons Why. I watched 1 episode of that. I couldn't get into it. And I'm not, I don't know. I guess they've even had some copycat people doing suicide because of that show.
I know my mom loves that show. I don't. I've never watched it.
I guess a lot of kids were like getting into it and like almost planted a seed in their head to commit suicide.
Wasn't it about getting back at the bullies that got them to that point?
Yeah.
Or, at least that's all I gathered from it.
They didn't depict it. I only watched one episode, so it's hard for me to comment on it. I just couldn't get into it. Probably because I was.
Again, I don't think I'm the target demographic.
Yeah, I don't think I'm the target demographic of it either. We did, talking about suicide awareness, so we did have a kid.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, we had a kid there's a kid that comes in here quite frequently.
You've probably actually seen him on
Yeah, I'm
camera.
sure you guys have seen him on stream. But he comes in quite frequently, and one day he came in and was all upset, and he didn't have quite enough for a game. So I gave him a deal and let him have the game for what he had. I gave him a really good deal, and he didn't understand why I was being so nice to him and everything. And then he told me that he thought about killing himself, which like kind of messed me up that day.
Yeah.
And I talked to luckily I told him that he should never do that because then he'd miss all the games that were coming up. And he's a big, huge Pokemon fan. And I told him about all the Pokemon games he was going to miss. Yeah, it's the kid that wrote the letter. Yeah. And then he's good now. He's a good kid now. But luckily my
brother's a little shithead.
His brother is a little shithead. One of my employees, not Derek, but Ross, his son actually went to school with him. So Ross got a hold of the school, and they talked to him. And he actually, it was about a month or so after this happened, he wrote me a nice letter. I still have it in the back, like thanking me for helping him when he thought about killing himself, which is pretty sad. But he's doing much, much better now, and you can tell he has like a lot more confidence. He's a lot more confident now than he was whenever he walked in before. He was real shy and real like quiet and just generally sad. Now he comes in and he's totally different, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you never know, like the littlest thing, man. Suicide awareness, you can help out anybody just by talking to them. Being nice to people. Don't ignore people that are sad or depressed. Yeah, that messed me up though that week. That I remember I called Derek and asked him about that kid because he knew who I was talking about. Yeah. And I called Ross, and luckily Ross's kid goes to school with his good kid, and we got him help. So. Yeah, so whenever that kid comes in, I'm always like extra nice to him, and I'm always helping him out. So he's a cool kid. I like that kid a lot. Oh, yeah, he's a stud now. He comes in. No, but you know what? He did come in the other day for the first time with a friend. Like, that wasn't his brother. I've never seen him with a friend. So, yeah, I just don't think he had many friends. I don't think he had any confidence. And I think he was depressed because he didn't have any confidence.
Yeah, he stands up to his brother, too.
Yeah, that's the other thing. His brother used to, like, just kind of be a jerk to him, and he just kind of, like, you know, went along with whatever his brother said. Now he's like, tells his brother, you know, no, screw you. So, yeah, sorry to hear that, Darren, too. That sucks. At least like now, I think in the past too, a lot of people would commit suicide, but now they like, instead of committing suicide, they like take people out with them. Like, I think that's why we have a lot of problems with shootings and stuff in society. People get depressed and they want to take out revenge on people. So just be nice to everybody. Sorry for the depressing comment, Darren.
I got
going here
Yep.
soon.
Oh, whenever you're about to take off, go ahead and end the stream because I got all this stuff that I'm gonna do.
Oh yeah, sorry guys. It's probably going to be a short stream because Derek has work to do.
I have work to do because I got that transfer I got to do.
Because I made him do everything. That's what I pay him the big bucks for. That's what I pay him for. So, yeah, sorry for the short stream. I'll probably stream again tomorrow, longer. Yeah, Derek's a slacker. Dana White. So, we got a lot of games to put away.
Yep. It took us all week. We had a huge trade-in over the weekend.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's part of the reason we didn't stream either. We had a trade-in came in that was like $700 worth of stuff, and it was all good stuff, but it was all retro stuff, and it took forever
clean it
to process it all.
Process it in. And
So like a lot of times when
they didn't have cases for everything. So.
Yeah. A lot of times when you guys trade in games, or if you do, and you get crappy amounts. Not that we give crappy amounts, but part of it is just how long. I mean, God, we probably put, I don't know, 15 to 20 hours into processing all that stuff. So. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll stream a little bit tomorrow. Wait, yeah, because I work all day tomorrow, don't I?
No, you're off Wednesday.
I'm off Wednesday. Okay.
So I know we're both here.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yep. All right. Well, I will see you guys later.
Bye.
Later, Dove.
Cool.